So, we have played Neotopia twice now. What do we think?
I think this is a very fun game. I think it's simple enough that most people can play it. It's not a crazy advanced game. And it doesn't take. I mean, once you've played through like the first round, you understand how to play it.
Yeah.
You know, and it's only it's 3 actions, and 2 of them are
There's only 2 to choose from,
Yeah,
so at least 2 of your actions are the same.
Yeah, and there's 4 colors. It's so well made and so simple, and I love the tokens. I love
how colorful it is.
It's colorful, and also all the tokens are different enough that if you are colorblind or if that's a concern for the visually impaired, you can very easily see what the different things are. You see the spread. It's so.
These are, by the way, these are not like cardboard. They're not even poker chips. These are like plastic, solid, thick. I like the quality of these tokens. These are cardboard. But
yeah, who cares?
Yeah, but these are great. These feel very satisfying to play with.
Well, the art, everything works.
Yeah. I like it a lot. It's a lot of fun. It is like you were saying. It's very simple, but there's a lot of strategy to it. I think the scoring mechanic is a little convoluted in terms of like that might be the one hurdle to teaching the game to new people.
But you don't really have to.
But it's not super complex.
Yeah.
It's just, hey, strategically, you need to know you want to try and score points as evenly as possible. And then you can teach people how the scoring works at the end of the game. But it's a lot of fun, and it's quick too. We played it twice in the span of what, 2.5 hours roughly.
Yeah.
So that's a pretty solid, tight little game.
Pretty good game.
Yeah. It's really frustrating though.
it
like
is.
There are times when you have like a bunch of cards and you're like, I don't know, like you just have no
there are
freaking
a lot of
idea
moments throughout the game where you're just like, there's nothing for me to do.
It's really frustrating because like it feels like there should easily be something for you to do because there's all of these pieces you can use, you have all of these cards, and there's all these patterns, but you can just have absolutely nothing the way that it works.
Yeah, the way that stuff gets played.
But it could be really satisfying for people that like puzzles and stuff in that way because it really does kind of mind.
It's that genre of game where it's like, okay, your turn is a puzzle and you're trying to come out with more points than you had coming in.
Right.
Yeah? It's like, what's the most efficient way I can gain points right now?
Yeah. And like when we were saying before, we can't plan anything because it's like...
Especially in a 4-player game.
Yeah.
Like this is playable with 2 or 3 players as well. A little more planning can happen with a smaller player count, but with 4... There's not a whole lot of planning you can do.
Well, and I think that's why I kept gravitating towards one area, and even when I would try to spread out, because I would be like, okay, I know what I'm going to do, and then that would happen. Oh, and then that happened, and then that happened. Okay, now I'm there.
Yeah. A couple times that I think it happened to all of us where we were like, oh, I see what I'm going to do on my turn. And then someone did exactly the thing you were thinking of doing.
As long as no one takes the last green on that side, everything's going to be great. I think I'll just use this green.
For no reason. Yeah.
That was my biggest thing. Is that for no random reason, let's just dust his entire game up with this one move. Like, okay, that's great, Paul. That's a great move. And it was, but not for the reason he thought it was.
I'm going to take this one.
Nah, don't take that one.
What?
What a waste. What a waste.
Why would you take
No, that one especially.
That
one's not worth it. Not worth it at all. You should leave that one. Nobody's going to want that one.
That's silly. That's silly.
And then I'm going to place this here.
That's a terrible move.
Right there?
To score that 4 points.
4
Are those
points,
only satellites?
That'll give me this.
You get that stupid token.
I'm going to take this card for my 3rd action.
Great. Congratulations, Kyle.
And
you had the exact same turn I was planning.
No, really solid, really fun game. Simple, like I dig this one a lot.
It's fun.
I would absolutely play this again. I want to, and I think it's an expandable one too. I think this is a relatively new one.
Yeah,
from Arcane Wonders.
I checked. It's only there's like a promo card pack, but I don't know what it adds.
But I think it
came out this year.
Yeah, the game came out this year, so depending on how well it does, I'm sure that there will be expansions for it, and I think it's one that is very expandable. You could add some asymmetrical player powers. You could add some new bonus token stuff.
Well, and even like different formations and color combinations. Because some of the combinations I don't remember seeing. Like, maybe there was, but
you could add some
definitely
some really high scoring 3-color formations or something.
Because we could do because I don't think there were any, because they were always like straight lines or whatever. But like if you did like a triangular shapes and stuff like that. Like,
when I was always wondering why they didn't do like a pattern
or a zigzag,
like where it's like opposite, like where it goes like something like that, as opposed to just the as opposed
instead
to
of always
just
symmetrical,
they're always in the center. And granted, I mean, it would screw people over for,
I think,
for clusters, but
I think
the
it would
clusters
be
are
easier
bonus
for
anyway.
to get those and like blockers and stuff at that point too.
But there's a lot of room for expansion with this very simple game that like they've built a nice framework, and it is a lot of fun the way that it is. But there's room for them to add to it, and
it would also be interesting too if you played the cards face up,
where everybody can see what you're trying to do. Ooh, yeah.
Because it's already hard enough to do it by yourself.
There's only 3 cards that are secret. Well, I guess the stuff that you draw from the deck too.
Yeah, but we're not. But that's the thing. Like, I mean, unless they're out, you're not. I'm not clocking what you picked up. Unless you play it right away.
Am I actually going to pay attention? At least in a 4-player game, am I actually going to count the cards to where I remember?
Exactly.
Oh, Dustin picked up the one with the 3 greens, so I don't want to put a green there.
Right. Right. But yeah, if they were face up and we were constantly looking at each other, that would have been.
That would be an interesting way to change things up a little bit, to be able to see what everybody else is trying to do.
Yeah.
But I like it. I think it's a lot of fun exactly the way that it is, and I think there is a lot of room for variability and expansion with it. This honestly, this might be my favorite of the Arcane Wonders games that we have played so far.
This was a good one.
I liked the other ones. Furnace.
I did too. They've all been pretty solid.
Viral, I was really surprised at how much I liked
Viral a lot.
but this, all of them have been really great.
Yeah, we got a couple more from them to check out over the coming weeks and months.
Nice.
But good stuff. Hey, thanks for hanging out. If you want to spend more time with us, do us a favor. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and most importantly, head on over to twitch.tv/BNB Tabletop and give us a follow there. We play board games live every Sunday night at 5 p.m. Pacific Time on a show we call The Board and Barrel. And we like to keep things interactive. You guys can influence what happens throughout the course of a game with our Buff and Nerf house rules. You can also make predictions on how things are going to pan out, play virtual bingo for a chance to win a free board game of your own, and heckle us and stuff from the chat. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you Sunday night.